Bonsoir. And here we are in Brittany for live Thursday night rugby on ProDedder here on FRUK, and a bit of a special one as well. A record-breaking crowd is going to be watching Van against Grenoble, and you are there being part of it as well, because we have moved to Rennes. And there are some absolute crackers coming up. We're going to be watching Courtney Lawes' Brive. Grenoble, the visitors today, are going to be going and taking on current top of the table Colomiers, and hopefully Johnny May is fit to play for Soyou Angoulême. That is the city of Rennes, and this is the Rojan Park Stadium. And it's a very special night. Yeah, not the normal home of Van, but it is in Brittany. It's 100 kilometres away from Van, but very much in Breton. It's at Rennes and the football stadium. A quick look at the fixtures we've seen already in round 11. This is an unusual spot playing on a Sunday night, normally reserved for the top 14. There is no top 14 rugby this weekend, so ProDedder has prime time and end of the weekend rugby. Van against Grenoble, some big results. Brive losing again, lots of away wins that leave the table looking like this. Colomiers overtaking Van for the time being. Oyonnax moving up with a win on the road. And a big win for Dax moves them into 14th. Back-to-back wins at the bottom, but in mid-table, Brive and Grenoble, two of the pre-season favourites, not living up to the hype so far. Look at this. Did someone say something about club rugby dying? Not in France. This is second-tier rugby, and it is a record. What a moustache. Fair play. Sione Kalamafoni, he's played in front of some big crowds, but this is special even by French club rugby standards. Mako Vunipola, this is why he came to France. And Grenoble are going to be the visitors. And they're rolling into the Rennes football stadium to play in front of 30,000 fans. This is a record crowd in ProDedder and a measure of the success of club rugby in France. By the way, thank you for joining us this evening. I appreciate it. Can I just say, because it's a Sunday night, it's not a normal spot. If you've got a WhatsApp group full of rugby mates, just hit the link to this game into the WhatsApp group. Let them know there is live rugby happening right now. And get stuck in the chat as well, because you might have heard there is no Joe Worsley currently. Joe Worsley is somewhere between North London and Perpignan. Exact location TBC. Last heard that he was at a train station where he is going to be joining me when he can. Until then, well, it's just you and me on this Sunday evening. So get stuck in the chat as well. All the jelly babies. Let's have a little look. Oh yeah, I definitely saw some jelly babies there. And this is going to be a big one. And hello, Atomic 99. Said, hoping to take Pontypridd under-12s on tour to France in the next few years. Brittany region would be my choice. That would be a fine choice. Me and Joe Worsley have going to Brittany, in particular the Van home stadium, on our rugby bucket list. We are going to be there. Grenoble, the visitors, will be wearing white tonight. Allez le bleu is the cry from the crowd. Yeah, like I say, it's 60 miles away from Van, but the whole of the Brittany region, which is not a rugby heartland by any stretch of the imagination, they are properly getting behind their team and are turning out at 9 p.m. French time on a Saturday night. The kickoff is just 5 minutes away. Michael Ruru, big responsibility on his shoulders tonight. The Kiwi, he's been in rich form, and he's opposite Barnaby Quiyu, and that battle at scrum half is going to be massive. And it could come down to a clutch kick. Grenoble, this is an opportunity for them to resurrect a little bit of form. Get on top. There is Barnaby Quiyu. He's got an older brother that's in and around the French squad on the other team. He's up against Pierre Boudahon, whose brother's in the French squad right now. And the teams this evening, you can see Mako Vunipola and Dave Cherry. In fact, it's an all-international front row because Santiago Medrano has played for Argentina. Joe Edwards has been talismanic this season. He skippers the side from number 8. And they have got wheels on the outside of Van, including formerly Newcastle's Ben Stevenson. Oh, can you hear the Land of My Fathers Celtic rendition. I almost don't want to interrupt it by telling you about the teams. Let's just enjoy that. I will just say Mathis Beret is an absolute baller at number 8. 20 years old. How good is this? Wow. Gregory Galway says, I see no Sam Davies tonight for Grenoble. Yes, you are quite right, and that could be influential. They haven't quite looked the same without Sam Davies in the 10 jersey. But they have had a few guys coming back and fit recently. Romain Fusier in the centre is one to watch. Just to say again and emphasise, this is Tier 2 French rugby. This is really special. Evening all from Penzance, says Rodney. The boys from Roast Beef Rugby are in. Give the video a thumbs up. Look at that. The Rennes Stadium, the light show is going. Yeah, eat your heart out, Stade de France. They've got nothing on the light show here. I was in Paris last weekend, and they know how to put on a show under the lights in France. There is Joe Edwards, skipper of the home side. I was waiting for the bagpipes and the horns. It's all going off. Pirate. Indeed. Lights go out. Here come the teams. Led by Joe Edwards, and there are the Pipers. We're good to go.
Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, faites des bruits pour l'entrée des joueurs.
Van against Grenoble. It's second in the Pro D2 table, hosting 9th. But two of the biggest budgets, two of the most star-studded teams, internationals on both sides. Quality everywhere, and it's got prime-time billing. And it's free across the UK and Ireland. The only professional men's rugby you can watch for free here on FR UK. That's got to be worth subscribing to the channel for, hasn't it?
Allez, mesdames, mesdemoiselles, messieurs, le décompte tous ensemble. 10.
Parfait. Capitaine Leblanc. Bleu.
And off we go from Rojan Park.
Avantage en avant bleu.
Van kicking off from left to right.
Jouez là 9.
First touch for Barnaby Quiyu.
Avantage terminé sur en avant.
To Marc Palmier, who's been given the starting job tonight ahead of Max Clement, who's on the bench. Quick line out from Van. And up it goes into the night sky. This feels big already. Small moments are going to be big moments. The aerial battle is going to be huge. Grenoble playing out their own 22. Going for a second phase. Another bite of the cherry. Shot on from Mako Vunipola. Oh, Quiyu, a little bit of gamesmanship trying to buy a penalty. Outrageous tip on from Bastien Suri. And Grenoble are away to halfway. What a start. Hugo Triou stepping his way towards Van's 22. flooding the channel. This is the Grenoble fluency we have not really seen this season. Numbers on the left if it goes. Mathis Beret takes a few metres out of Van territory.
No.
Playing around the 22. Dave Cherry there in the guard position. It's marshalling the troops. The ball goes out wider than that, though. Nadir Megdoud on his opposite wing. Slow ball. They go to the forward pod. Mako Vunipola rips, but his knees were on the deck. Really good first play from Grenoble. Just wait and see what Grenoble are going to do. Wow, brilliant first 2 minutes to the match. Surely they're going to take 3 at this point. Knee on the deck. At that point, Mako Vunipola has to release. Oh, Bastien Sori. So it's going to kick. So let me just introduce at this point. He must have heard the call that Joe Worsley was not there. So to keep me company and make sure I don't just have to talk to myself all evening, my mate from the Egg Chasers podcast, JB, has hopped on. How you doing, Jay?
Good evening, Tim. And you're more than used to speaking to yourself, so this isn't a problem.
Well, it's nice, mate. Just the comfort blanket. As the first points are scored by Marc Palmier. You've just been sat watching that first 2 minutes. Thoughts?
Some ferocious breakdown work. Absolutely ferocious.
Mate, welcome to Pro de Deux.
Isn't it?
There's a few things you get in Pro de Deux. Lots of cards. There's been a lot of talk about cards in international rugby this weekend. They've got nothing on Pro de Deux. And bagarre, as it's known. A little bit of handbags. Joe Worsley's joined us as well.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm on my own and then everyone turns up.
Hello, Joe. How are you?
Oh, good, JP. What happened with our access? Who knows? Who cares? Let's get on with this game. How's it going, Tim?
Yeah, good, mate. An absolutely belting first couple of minutes. You've missed 3 points for Grenoble. You're up to speed, though. And Bastien Sori with an incredible tip on. It's a belter. The atmosphere is wild. In fact, just look at that. Look at
that stadium. Wow. Who's got the top off already as well?
Is that...
I'm in Barcelona, guys, and Barcelona, and the Wi-Fi cut out across the whole block. So I've been out in the dark, unable to see what's happening. That looks incredible. Look at that packed stadium. Apparently they sold out half the stadium in the first 15 minutes.
What?
And the second half just went in 20 minutes after. It's incredible, isn't it? Complete sellout.
It's unbelievable.
What's this?
What a sweet pass.
Outrageous pass from Anthony Boutier there.
And what's is that not...
He literally got stripped off and banged into touch. That you've got to be ashamed of that one. At least they got a penalty out of it.
Stripped and banged. That's your words, Joe, not mine.
It sounds like a marketing campaign for either something dodgy or some new paint remover or something like that. I'm not sure.
JB, what were you going to say, mate?
Just noticing that Van had thrown forward into 19. I was just wondering, are they going to contest this lineup defensively?
It's taken by Van.
Lovely shape.
10 metres out, Dave Cherry has the ball. He has not scored a try yet for Van, but their maul's been working pretty well. I wonder if he would have watched the Scotland game earlier on. He was ever present in that team during the Six Nations. He's going to take it. Could this be his first try in blue for Van? They have penalty advantage. They're 1 metre away. Michael Ruru with the ball at the back. He's strong enough to take it over himself as they rip the ball. That was Mako Vunipola, I think. Trying to barrel his way over. Penalty advantage still. Michael Ruru with numbers to his left. Grenoble desperately trying to hold on to their line. I think he's got the try down. Didn't see exactly who scored it, but the crowd, listen to that noise. It was Simon Ogri.
That is looking ominous for Grenoble. That they're unable. The maul was rocketing forward, and then the forwards were dominating physically close to the line. And when it gets 22 play, The way Van play, they're just relentless, mauling,
I've got to ask this,
pressure,
Joe.
kicking game.
I'm just watching Grenoble now. They're in two minds here. They part want to go up. They miss their chance. They stay on the ground. How do you deal with that as a coach? Why are they not automatically just attacking that more?
I think the reason you don't contest, obviously, depending on their lineup lifters, but they were very, very cautious around piling into that more. If you give away a penalty, obviously the yellow card risk comes into it at some point. If you go too early, give a penalty away, it's not the end of the world. What they're going to do, kick for touch and you go again. So you've got to be on the borderline of illegal when you pile into that line out. Because if you give them time to set, get tight and go forward, you're dead like they were there.
I just feel that if you're going to attack it, but don't be in two minds thinking that you're going to go up and contest aerially.
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes teams fake and then make them throw to a certain part of the line out where they're going to smash them. Like they'll mark middle and back, make them throw to the front. Lots of tactics around that maul area.
7-3 already. Maxime Lafarge stuck over the extras and gave the home crowd something to cheer.
Nice.
That's not what you want from a restart, though. Giving Grenoble an opportunity straight away.
With great field position too.
Yeah, the kickoff is honestly, it's a set piece. You've got to get it right. That's a wonderful kick from the Grenoble player, wonderful chase. And when you catch the guy man and ball like that, behind it, it's easy for the guys to read it, come in, smash the support players who are running backwards themselves, and you create opportunities like that.
And you know, it's an area of the game which you watch now, and it's not taken seriously as it was, say, 10 years ago. So when the All Blacks were in Chicago first time round, they were contesting and winning 50% of restarts, and you just don't see that as much now.
No contest there. Grenoble have the ball, and Bastien Souris, who was a try creator and try scorer last week, bursts off from the back of the line.
Nice and patient.
Another penalty advantage here. Ebbing and flowing already this game, and we are only 8 minutes in. This has got the making of an absolute cracker. Barnaby Quiyu digging in there for the ball. Mathis Barret waiting to his right. France under-20 back rower, smashed by his opposite number. Comes back to the left, slightly behind Nadir Megdoud. There's nowhere to go, but finds Julian Farnou. Inside ball. And they're back to the 5 metre line where they began. Offload off the deck. Oh, nearly put his skipper in then. The Van defence holding firm.
Grenoble just need to be a bit more steady, a bit more calm here.
Dave Cherry under that ball. Is he taking it over the line? That could be really smart play from Van. I think I don't know what you thought, Joe Worsley. It looked to me a bit like they sort of deliberately accepted the tackle and took the man over.
But Barret's a strong runner. I think it's just he was running onto it. I think, was it Mako? I'm not sure who it was. There is, when you knock backwards and you feel on the line, you know you can let the player fall onto you, manipulate him to the position where you can hold him. Players around you have to obviously come and join in as much as possible. But getting your body underneath him and under the ball, it's an art, a technique, a lot of wrestling practice. Some teams practice an awful lot, but it happens maybe one time every 4 games.
They're going to go for the 3 points again. So we've fallen into a little bit of a pattern.
Yeah, if you go right back to that line out, I mean, Grenoble there needs to be a lot more patient. Souris, in my mind, needs to be told off because you can't just separate from the maul when it's going forward.
Yeah, he backed himself, but it could have backfired, although it looks like they're going to be a point down on the scoreboard. 10 minutes gone, it's 7-6. How good is this already? So, just put a little thumbs up, help the algorithm gods on the video. Send the link to your mates.
It's mad they didn't do it in the top 14. They did it pre-season against Toulouse, sold out the stadium really quickly for a pre-season friendly.
This is Van last year,
and during the summer, last year they didn't really do it.
Yeah, we see quite a lot of this with, I know obviously English clubs do it regularly, and I don't know if the Welsh regions did it this year, the big game at the Principality, but yeah, this is quite special. Not known for its rugby heritage, it's growing all the time in the northwest of France. Just a little bit too long on the kick. just inside the 22, so Quiyu will be able to exit if he wants. Counter ruck came from Van, keeps Grenoble pinned in their 22. Already Marc Palmier has not been shy about having a crack. Quiyu exits.
Yeah, nice, good quality game. The pressure, I mean, we saw in the international games to talk about later, but the pressure you get, every kick's on the money with the pressure behind it. There's never an easy exit international level. This game so far has a higher standard than some of the ones we've seen recently because just every kick's been bang on the money. The pressure's been behind it. There's been no easy exit. I had to fight for every exit. It's great to see.
Mako Vunipola always wears shorts that are about 5 sizes too big.
As he should.
He was at the front of that line-out, which is one again. Every line-out been won so far, which has sorted out one of the issues that Grenoble had in their last game, which you saw live here on FRUK, as Mako Vunipola and his massive shorts does carry it in just on the halfway. Michael Ruru is going to go to the air. 3rd season at the club since joining from Bayonne. Better length on it still. Yeah, it has been regathered by Van. Now they might be able to play on transition. There is space. Smashed by Victor Guillemont and Zach Gauthier. Joe Edwards out the back. Running hard. Quick ball going down the blind side again. Well left 15, I'll say that. Anthony Boutier, we'll pretend you meant that. And Van have the ball again. Forward pod one out, and there's more forwards waiting, but Ruru using the blind side quite a lot. We've seen this before. Joe Edwards again. Lifts at contact, Dave Cherry.
No.
Ruru wanted to get the ball away fast. Just one man needed to clear that out because the carries are good at the moment from Van. Physical edge. Is he on his feet? No, off. So penalty advantage. Wasted by Van. They've got the penalty.
Yeah,
what
really,
you seeing, Joe?
I'm also seeing a quality refereeing the game properly. You've already seen sometimes in the Pro D2, when it's top 14 weekend, some players away, referees away international rugby as well. You get referees way down the pecking list, and you can see with a class referee the difference he can make to a rugby match. It's just letting the game flow, not blowing his whistle when he doesn't need to. He can read when it's going to carry on. He's keeping the ball in play, and you've ended up with a sequence de jeu, that's a sequence of play that's been really good fun to watch. And Van actually, for a clunky attack, got something going there, despite that one being lucky.
Yeah, good fun to watch. I'd just say both teams need to be more precise at the breakdown. We're seeing Van, I think overcommit. But I also think we're seeing the scrum half having a really torrid time moving that ball quickly.
Yeah, fierce breakdowns, no doubt. Maxime Lafarge. I like the way the crowd cheer as he kicks it.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Complete silence to the minute, the second he kicks it.
What's French for get in the hole?
Allez dans le trou. No, that might mean something sexual, I think, in France as well, so be careful with the direct translation.
Jeremy Davidson on the touchline. You've worked with him before, have you, Joe?
Yeah, Big Jezzer.
Big Jezzer.
Big Jezzer. Yeah, he's Buzz Lightyear. The Buzz Lightyear of world rugby.
Part of the Van coaching backroom staff. His team are up at the moment. That left boot of Michael Ruru's getting to work again. Julien Farnou caught on halfway.
And look at these breakdown fights.
They are. It is fierce at the breakdown, no doubt. And Dave Cherry having a little...
Completely on the wrong side. Completely inside there. Absolutely glorious stuff.
As is the aerial battle so far. Anthony Boutier. It's a football pitch and a bit of a football clearance there along the turf. long ball to follow it up. Julien Farnou with time. And he's got a boot on him. 22 to 22. Neither team wanted to put it off the park. Another massive boot. Oh, was that a hit to forward?
Come forward first.
Wow, what a ping pong.
Yeah.
What a bit of ping pong. 2 of those kicks were such high quality. Wow, that's 22 to 22. Incredible kickings. Yeah, JB, interesting you talking about that. That's one of the differences about French rugby, and even more so in Pro D2, is there's no easy ruck. They try and create, especially teams like Van, an absolute, they'll just pressure at any time they think there's any opportunity, slowing it down or getting a turnover.
Yeah. I mean, it is a real fight there. And also, just on that kicking game as well, great length on the kick. Bring the kick up. Make the people in midfield respond to you advancing forward.
Back come Van. Oh, a little lane opened up there for Ben Magal. He's been prolific try scoring. 4 tries in 6 starts. To the air again. But too far. Overcooked that one.
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about those things.
Yeah, that's that slick offload, bit of go forward. It's a shame. It's such a shame they couldn't get a fast ball off there. Mako gets slightly held up. It slows down a bit, but again, Van, that's them back to their clunky normal attack.
Joe, you understand the mentality of French coaches and clubs and things. Would there be any sense, given this is a big occasion, that Van would go out there, or either club or both clubs would go out there to try and entertain specifically, or would this just be going about your job in a workmanlike way?
I think going back. No, they'll stick to the plan, but the motivation would go up a notch when you got a crowd like that and a passionate crowd like that. Definitely for both teams, not just Van. Grenoble would be more up for it, I reckon, than were they playing a normal run-of-the-mill 15,000 stadium.
Now you've mentioned it, JB, all I can see is people on the defensive side properly going at the breakdown.
Yeah, really, I think what it means is that initially we're going to have this all-out fight, but at some stage, one of these two teams is going to give up, because this is a tremendous amount of energy to be exerting around the ruck.
Well, they do have rotations allowed, a certain number of interchanges allowed.
I'd say with this sort of intensity, they're going to need it.
Yeah, it's also, obviously, you can give away your fault at the wrong time, you get the call wrong, coming from the side, penalties can happen. So one of the reasons the ball in play is less in French rugby is because of that intense pressure on the breakdown. It's different, especially to English rugby.
And this is something I was going to say, can Dave Cherry take care of it? Great pick up off his laces from Mako Vunipola. Rolling back the years with that. He's one of the last Englishmen that tasted victory against New Zealand.
Yeah, definitely before. All Welsh, depending on how you look at it. Or maybe all three.
You're gonna have to, Joe. You're gonna have to give me a warning before you have to catch your train, because I want to ask you about your memories of playing and beating New Zealand, because I didn't realise until this weekend England have only ever beaten New Zealand now 9 times, and you did it once or twice.
Yeah, it was a
quick huddle.
Special day.
What are they doing here? Quick huddle. Is it 6+1? That's certainly what Genoble was signing for. And then, like the last line-up, they've not got a pod in the middle.
Yeah, straight to the maul, shaping for the maul, but out it comes.
Nice little dummy play, that. Oh, I like that.
Much like England's dummy play in that game against New Zealand yesterday, but it's taken Grenoble all the way and over Van's line and got them a 5-metre scrum. What a return.
That is a smart passage of play. I appreciate that a lot. They shaped
it's
the
really
ruck.
nice.
Yeah, I think
it's just that first pass was really wide, high quality pass. The 15 came up a bit early, leaving that space in the backfield. Obviously something they planned and played for, and boom. Loving that kind of play, giving that opportunity in the opposition half. Attacking the
Stevenson
space
had nowhere to
doesn't
go.
always have to be with the hands, you can do it with the feet as well.
5-metre scrum. We don't get enough of these in rugby at the minute since the held up over the line thing came in. This is
Lots of
rugby
movement.
theatre and the stakes are massive. Do you miss a 5-metre scrum, Joe?
Scrummaging wasn't the best part of the game for me. I'm thinking about the massive stakes. I'm thinking about food now. You got me off. You got me off onto something else, a different tangent. But no, honestly, I couldn't scrummage for the last 2 years of my career because of an arthritic toe, and I didn't miss scrummage practice. Put it that way.
Of all the things,
I tell you, but one thing I have done since becoming a coach is fascinated me learning about it and the mechanics of it. And I understand why front row is so passionate about it. It's such a, you've got to live it a bit to understand it. And it's an incredible world in there.
Well, we're not going to get to see them go to town.
what a disappointment that is. Another disappointment for Grenoble as well. All that strategy to get into that position just to give it away with a small mistake.
Cheap exit. Vilmos says the stadium looks like Old Trafford. Yeah, the crowd do look really close to the pitch. I see what you're saying. It's a little bit smaller than Old Trafford, but
Grenoble's loose head there, I don't know if you noticed. He just set up a little high, and you can see it there. And because of the movement in the scrum before, they go a touch early, it looks like, and that is what results in the free kick.
yeah, coaches weren't happy with that. Bastian
That's
Sori
furious.
wasn't impressed with the call.
Bastian Sori looks like a man designed to scrimmage.
Well, his next job is to throw into a line out. Let's see what his arrows are like.
Yeah, he's a bit of a pizza thrower. He's capable of throwing a dodgy one.
Throwing a pizza, as you called it last week. He hits his back man. Untidy on the set. And they've lost a bit of momentum from the drive, so Quiyu straightens up to Julien Herito, former French international, one-cap wonder. Mathis Barret, a guy who looks like he could have the potential in the future, only 20, he looks class. Powerful runner. Joe Edwards slowing up the ball. The defence forcing the error. Oh, and they look like Van player on the deck looked like he got himself into a really awkward position.
Dumb penalty from the Grenoble player. He was well in front of the player that made the knock-on after the tackle, and then tackled the Van player who was trying to play the ball quickly.
They've got some front row. They've got front row with years on the clock, but two 23-year-old locks and Matteo Desjeux, one of them there, who was limping about.
Yeah, that's just really unnecessary, isn't it? If you just think of the last 5 minutes for Grenoble, they had a chance to score 7 or at least come away with 3. They've come all the way back down to the halfway. They've given away the penalty and they're back under pressure again. And that's just no good. You can't be getting away with that.
I love this on the chat. Thank you very much, Strew Hanker. To think 10 years ago, Van used to play in front of 850 people.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It
What
is
a change.
some rise, isn't
Every
it?
one of those 850 people are probably still in that stadium today.
Absolutely.
You're right, Tim. He got folded in half there, didn't he?
Yeah.
That Van player. Ouch.
Right, let's see what Dave Cherry can do. He was starting every game of the Six Nations for Scotland earlier this year.
Oh, come on.
He will be disappointed with himself on that.
It's him who's throwing the pizzas today. So he's done pretty well compared to previous games. He's been throwing very well in this match. Dave Cherry, normally incredibly reliable there. Oh, there. Ooh.
Perfectly fair, though. Perfectly fair.
Yeah.
Good contest from Grenoble, who read the call great, and that in a way forces the referee to make that decision. If you don't contest, you probably don't. Well, you might not get that. In fact, you might have got that one.
They love a slow-mo in France, and I love how much the French broadcasters love a slow-mo. We got one of Dave Cherry blowing a raspberry. He's right in the middle of that, though. Are we going to see a scrum finish? Van go on the attack. It comes out fast. Clean exit.
Grenoble dealt with that very well. Lots of pressure, they dealt with that well. So, Joe, you didn't like scrummaging. But here's the thing. I always think the scrum should be built around the enthusiasm of the back row to make sure you're doing the work.
Yeah, but when I pushed my ass off. Phil Vickery would have elbowed me in the face if I wasn't pushing hard enough. But yeah, I understand the importance of the back row scrummaging. It's just we used to do so many during training. I loved running around with the ball. Anyway, game on.
As Pierre Boudahon takes it to just outside the 22. Forwards round the corner, taking it to the edge of Grenoble's third. The shots are going in. Ruru again looking down that blind side. Used that all night. And it's just been attritional with these forward pods. Just waiting, biding their time. Maybe this is the moment. Lovely lift. Might have gone forward. Knock-on advantage.
Yeah, Tim, you're right. Attritional is a great word for it. Some massive hits coming in, but it's easy. It's easy to make massive hits. It's easy to make two-man hits and commit to guys hard because the way Van are attacking the line, it's just not isolating individual defenders. They're moving on to ball with any pace. There's not anyone running off them. Again, they've gone back to that clunky attack we talked about before. You've really got to be flowing onto the ball to create. When you're carrying those blocks, those pods running off of slow ruck, the ability to create fast ball off that means you have to take it running. It means you have to get your lines right. It means the magic hands didn't quite manage to make anything of that play to the width. So they've really, really got to try and attack the line better. But to do that requires a massive upgrade of your team skills. I think Ruru's one of the men that can do it, that's for sure. Get him involved as much as possible. Opportunities to accelerate the play for him.
It looked to me like Mako Vunipola had a pop at Johannes Jonker, former Bath player, against the former Saracen on that side of the scrum. Both in their second season for their current club. Look at that stadium. It just I can't stop looking at the fact there is a 30,000 sellout. Outstanding effort. And Ruru down the blind side again. Lift back to Lafarge.
I mean, it might not be a surprise, might it, that the team with a British and Irish Lion in the front row and the Scottish International doing well in the scrum. It does look like Van are putting down a particularly physical marker in the last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, Grenoble though, they've been they haven't been very fluent on attack, Joe. You missed the first couple of minutes, but that's probably what was.
Yeah, they're still changing. Dubois, who's coming as the attack coach when they fired Nadal, a very different coaches. A more organised, structured coach against a Toulousain field coach. It's quite a big change of direction. To do it mid-season is a radical change. So. Also, without Sam Davies, they've just not been hitting those attacking heights they were last year.
Sam Davies is a very, very underrated player back in the UK.
Ooh.
And arguably,
properly got into them on that one. Zach Gaultier just got folded like a deck chair by Santi Medrano. They're going for it. So will the stadium, do you think, be full of people that have travelled over from Van, or will this be the locals in Rennes, would you guess, Joe? I don't know how much of a rugby heartland Rennes is these days.
It's obviously a football club mainly. There's several football clubs in that area. But it's also an area with a decent population where there's one rugby team now. So people who are interested in rugby in the top 14 Pro D2 will be going to watch their team, which is Van now.
Dave Cherry team is at the back, steering the ship. In comes Pierre Boudahon to have his way. Grenoble hanging on. Ruru barking orders. Second centre in on the back of that maul. And I think Van is going all the way.
Lovely. Oh, what are we saying here? Knock on.
Called a knock on.
Wow. I mean, it's looking ominous. No other team seems to be able to handle Van. I know they knocked it on there, but Van's ability to keep pressure on, to muscle out the opposition forwards, it's just why they nearly stayed up in top 14 last year, and why this year they're probably the team that will finish first in this league. It's not always pretty, but they have a side of the game super motivated. Line out, maul, scrum, deadly, and the kicking game's very good. Those things really hold them up.
Well, that little knock-on went backwards. Well, it wasn't a knock-on, it was a knock-back. But Joe Edwards gets a chance to recover, but the knock-on that happened over the line, all he had to do was put it down. Van will be hoping that doesn't come back and haunt them later on, as Thomas Ployer is on the deck receiving treatment. Ball out the back from Mako Vunipola, trying to avoid the physios. Might have to stop this in a second. No penalty.
Oh, what's that for?
Oh, Bagar.
Off the feet.
La même chose qu'au début du match. Là, vous donnez le ballon disponible immédiatement.
Walk 10 for a bit of handbags. There you go. You can tick that one off your bingo card.
Ouais, je vais attendre. Arrête du temps.
Joe Edwards, big carry. And is this where Thomas Ployer hurt himself? He did. Oh. Is it Joe Edwards knee on knee? Or was it shoulder?
It might have been that secondary contact, actually, with Mako Vunipola as he fell over. Watch it again.
Oh, that's Dave Cherry. Oh, that looked like it might have gone backwards, in fact. But
Ça va, merci. Si, ouais, j'ai vu, merci.
Thomas Ployer on the deck. His second season for the club. He signed from La Rochelle. Looks like they're going to have to make a replacement here.
So Joe Edwards, that return reminds me of like a rugby league return.
Yes, that's a good shout, actually. He's a fierce bloke, Joe Edwards. And it has been, oh man, the shots, it's been physical. Where do you reckon, Jay? So you haven't obviously watched that much Pro Dedo, but based on what you've seen, how do you reckon these teams would get on in the Premiership?
I don't know. It's a great question. I mean, I'm just considering the last 10 minutes. And yeah, there's not that much invention with the way they play, but I love the way they're putting down the physical marker. I mean, I don't think it's a bug. I think it's more, it's a feature. And I like it because you can slowly see Grenoble sort of questioning themselves, how are we going to deal with this? Because every time Van comes towards them in the scrum and the line out on the carry, they're just losing those small marginal battles. So the answer is I don't know. Van look very much more like a Sale type team if I was going to compare them to anyone.
Well, you're not going to win many games against anyone if you kick like that. Mark Palmier.
You will not.
I mean, he backed himself, but he got the 7-iron out when he needed the driver, and still hooked it.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest of kicks.
I don't know what that sign says. And Joe Worsley is just repositioning himself in Barcelona at the train station before he... He's actually, that's what he's doing. He's watching the rugby and commentating on FRUK from a train station in Barcelona. Welcome to 2025. Great turnover. Joe Edwards over the ball.
You know what? I can actually walk and talk.
He's in... Yeah, you can just hear Joe in the... I'm watching him, so I'll describe it. He is walking through Barcelona train station whilst commentating on the rugby. You holding your laptop in your hand, Joe?
Yeah. So I'm like walking to platform 6 to get the train towards Perpignan from Barcelona. This game is live. I love technology. Huh? How you doing? Yeah, I love technology, guys. Watch this game. This Pro D2 game, spreading the love. Pro D2, even in Barcelona train station. Pretty amazing.
Fantastic. Well, here we go. And Van have got another go. Breaking broadcasting barriers on FRUK. You don't get this on any of the traditional broadcasters, do you? Commentators walking through a train station with a laptop in their hand. Mako Vunipola. I don't know if you got the magic spray or the sticky spray there, but he's back in the game.
Well, he should be for the amount that he's getting paid.
Worth every penny.
Every penny.
Dave Cherry, will he get a second bite of the cherry?
Joe Edwards in at scrum half. Down it comes.
Yeah, they were always going to go for the maul after the last one.
They were.
Cherry's
Slightly
in.
illegal. Dave Cherry slipping out rather than passing out. But
Refs
we'll
never ping that though, do they? How
Never
long
ping
before
it.
we get Pierre Boudahont in again? The centre. They're not going for it this time.
No,
Keeping
they're
their
not.
backs on the outside, and Boudahont is the man that's going to take it. Has he got a strike runner? Takes it straight into contact.
That's what they like doing, isn't it? Laying down that physical marker
Yeah.
over and over again.
Ooh, two men pop through the same hole. Steve Blanc-Mapaz
Oh,
taking it on. They're 1 metre away, Van. They'll want to put this one home. They've already let one error go. They're inches from the Grenoble line. And the try has been scored.
there we go. I like that. I like that a lot. So I just want to have a think about how Van created that try and scored it. And you think about right at the start of the game when Grenoble were in and are so much more precise. They're so much calmer. And you think about Grenoble earlier on, frantic, panicked, without much of a plan. I really enjoyed that.
I hope we get a
Good
replay of
physical
that Joe
rugby.
Edwards. Well, not only the Joe Edwards try, but of the Joe Edwards celebration, because I don't know what that was. I know I loved it, and he earned it anyway. There it is. The ball did go down. His 4th try of the season for the Van skipper.
The way Van play, it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah, well said. They know they've got the firepower to power teams away.
Yeah, very much a team that plays to their strengths. What is that? What is that, Tim Cocker?
I don't know. It was like that as well. Any ideas in the chat what that celebration was? What does that mean?
That's a good response from Grenoble.
Yeah, let's see what Grenoble have got. Can they pin them in the corner to start with? And Joe was right earlier. The restart kicks themselves have been spot on. Nadir Megdoud got his man. But Michael Ruru's been a controlling influence.
Yeah.
That left boot in particular.
That's a play there you see even at level 7, which is you receive the ball, you take up the one phase, you open up the angle, and then you box kick.
There is... Oh, I thought for a second there was space on the outside. Go the direct route. Maybe that'll open up more players on the edge. It comes back inside, and it is Megdoud off his wing. Oh, spilled forward, knock-on advantage both ways.
Premier ici, passe blanche. À l'avant, ici, derrière l'avant bleu, pas d'avantage.
Well, Grenoble are going to have to show some sort of invention here, because what they can't afford to do is play Van at their own game. They're clearly not at that level. That's a nice attempt. It's along the right thinking, but now they've got to come up with better execution.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be back into a set piece and they're going to be back into a battle, which they're probably going to lose.
Paul Phillips described the Joe Edwards celebration as popping the champagne celebration. I don't know if I'm assuming that might be a thing.
Quite possible. They are in France.
Yeah, quite right. I wonder if they still do that. Do you remember how many years ago was it? The top 14 final. It was the Racing 92 players all having champagne in their blazers and kit, like an hour before the match.
Jonathan Joseph pouring it all on the floor, but no.
In the bath. No, at a nightclub, wasn't it? He did that. In Bath. Or in the changing room. The waste.
There we go. Exactly as I thought. They're going to get into another physical confrontation. They're going to lose that confrontation, which they did. It's now a penalty. Van will take the territory and again just increase that pressure. I said before, I feel that they're quite Sale-like. No, give me more like Exeter.
That's a good question. That's got me thinking that now. What Premiership club are they most like? Well, last season, Grenoble were probably more like Northampton, the way they attacked. But we just haven't seen that this year. And a big part of that is the lack of Sam Davies.
Yeah.
Michael Ruru with the ball off the top this time.
Straight to a pod of forwards.
Yeah, straight to a pod of forwards who carry well over the gain line. The ball comes back down that blind side, but a trick play as Ben Stevenson, the former Newcastle winger, is off his wing. Lifted again to Mako Vunipola, the English connection in this attack. But Vunipola knocked backwards. It's another wrestle. Josh Thompson, the Fijian, second row. Busy.
Nice little interplay there.
Yeah, they're using the little inside balls, different angles. There's lifts at the gain line, but they're not taking any of the bait. The bagpipes fire up again. We heard the Land of My Father's tune sung with the local vernacular before the game. We've had the bagpipes. Celtic connection is on show.
Grenoble were lucky not to give the penalty. They are playing a very, very fine game here. Have been too aggressive at the breakdown. Very fine game.
Yeah, and they can extend it to a 14-point lead, which is exactly what Maxime Lafarge is going to do. Exeter Chiefs, that's an interesting one. A van like Exeter, if you had to compare them to an English club.
Controlled, aren't they? They're controlled, they know what they're good at, and they stick to it.
Joe Worsley is on the train.
I love the silence. I love the silence. It's perfect for a train as well. No one's going to shout at me.
As a wise man once said in the commentary world, when it's TV, Nick Mullen says silence is golden.
Get in the hole. The drums go off, the bagpipes fire up. The crowd can cheer a 14-point lead for the home side. It's Van 20, Grenoble 6. Joe Worsley is on the train from Barcelona to Perpignan. Who is... well, no, actually, you can't really say this. That'd be rude. There's people around you. But I was going to say, who's sat around you, Joe? Are they interested in Pro D2? Are they watching the game over your shoulder? I can hear you clearly, Joe.
Very disappointing. After saying so many nice things about Van, I've seen team breathing.
Joe, try and do your interpretation on the train.
Oui, on est bien dans le match, notamment dans le combat et dans le défi physique. Je pense que là-dessus, c'est plutôt positif. Maintenant, il faut qu'on soit plus discipliné et puis qu'on aille beaucoup plus chez eux.
Okay, I think we've lost Joe Worsley. The train has set off. Barnaby Quiyu. Yeah, discipline. I heard the word discipline. Yeah, they need to be disciplined. Happy to help.
I know a bit of French, so I'm happy to help.
Take it away, mate.
I think what he says is our team are a bunch of cowards and we really need to man up in the second half, and I'll be telling them that immediately.
On n'est pas si bien rentré que ça finalement. On joue un peu trop au ballon dans la zone 40-40, donc c'est à nous de remédier à ça sur la seconde mi-temps.
Ball 22. Yeah, good. Ball in the 22. We've just got to finish when they get the ball in the 22. That was it from Van. There we go. What a cracker of a half. The penalty to bring it to a close. Really 20 points to 6. Thoughts, JB?
Thoughts? Good physical game. I'm enjoying the problem set which Van are throwing down to Grenoble, and so far Grenoble haven't really figured it out.
So there it is at half-time in this game. We've got a big 40 minutes ahead of us from the football stadium in Rennes. It's 20 points to 6. And lovely, as you can see, we've got some quality rugby coming your way. We've got a week off next week, and then we're back with Courtney Lawes' Brive hosting Colomiers, who are currently, as it stands, until the end of this game, top of the table. Colomiers then are hosts against Grenoble. Johnny May and Soyo Angoulême are going to be hosting Agen on the 11th of December. We're back to Thursday nights from the next games. And I will just say as well, for more French rugby coverage, our friends at Roast Beef Rugby, another top YouTube channel, go and check their content out. Loads of good stuff. They're always out in France, getting the culture, getting the rugby. They know their onions. Oignons. And I thought we could just take a little bit of time to reflect on the weekend's rugby and have a look back at the weekend we've just seen. Obviously, this is the big match of the weekend, Van against Grenoble. It's what it's all been building up to. But the aperitif was France against Fiji last night, which was annoyingly put on at the same time as Australia against Ireland. But as you can see, 34 points to 21. Caleb Muntz for Fiji, a man who plays his rugby in Pro D2 with Aix-en-Provence. They put up a spirited performance and they had plenty of top 14 box office talents. Juita Vainakolo being one of them, who scored an absolute cracker of a try for Fiji. And France are just not quite clicking yet. I'll be interested to know what you think, so get stuck in. But it's not quite clicking for France. I don't think they've adapted to the change in the laws since the no escorting and the aerial kicks have become such a feature. And now teams like Fiji are starting to build a little bit more structure into games. They are not firing on all cylinders, but they do have game breakers. Nicolas Deportier scored tries with a chance in the team, and their stash game is up there with the very best in the world. It looked wonderful. So we'll see how France get on. They have to play Australia, who struggled themselves. We'll get onto that, and England against New Zealand. I was hoping Joe Worsley, hopefully he might be able to join us again. But I was hoping Joe Worsley might be able to tell us about his memories of England beating New Zealand. Did you see, JB, France against Fiji at all?
I did. I was watching it on a split screen whilst I was enjoying the Ireland-Australia game.
Thoughts on France?
Thoughts on France? Incomplete. Missing too many players to be the cohesive team that they were, 12 months ago? But I think what you got to remember about France now is they know what their first 15 is. That's great. They've got lots of strength in depth, but it's converting that strength in depth now into the main team. And I think when you look at France, you've got a team which is very reliant on star players. And when those star players are removed, they then start to struggle. Once you sort of strip out that Toulouse backbone, you need something else in its place. And I think that's the process that they're going through.
It's really cool seeing Fiji add, because they're never going to be anything other than, have game-breaking, incredible physical specimen speed, offloading ability and all of that. But when they're building a bit of structure alongside it, they are legit.
The lineup's very good.
So
yeah, the thing about Fiji, and it will always be the case, is they struggle to generate really good front row. They've got big men, but for whatever reason it is, developing world-class front row is particularly difficult for them.
Yeah, so we've talked about, there's France against Fiji then, 34 to 21. If you haven't seen that, because it was on at the same time as the Ireland-Australia game, I would recommend. But this was the big one. And we were both there, JB, at Twickenham Stadium. You're a Welshman, I'm an Englishman. So I haven't heard Twickenham like that in a long time. Well, what was your perspective?
First of all, I'm a North Walian, so it's not quite the same as Welsh. I was impressed. I was impressed. And by the way, well done with this graphic for getting Fraser Dingwall as the pitcher here, because he had a phenomenal game. I thought it was great. And I think I mentioned it in the Egg Chasers Rugby podcast earlier on today. I thought this is a seminal game for England. I thought the strategy, the tactics, the bench, the game plan, everything went perfectly.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I have been called in the past on my Egg Chasers channel when I've done stuff about England over the last year or so, and in fact it was probably after the game last year against New Zealand. I've been called more than once a Borthwick apologist when I defended.
Apologist. What an awful thing to apologise for.
I know.
England's best coach.
Because I was saying that I can see the journey he's on. England's age profile is really, really young. I think they're going to come good. I think they're tracking in the right direction. And actually, Joe Worsley, is he back on the train?
I am back. I just came out an engineering miracle when they built a huge tunnel under Barcelona, but it's not great for the network. I'm out though.
You were in the stadium at Twickenham as well yesterday. So I want to know, as someone who has... England teams have only ever beaten New Zealand 9 times. You were in one of the teams that did that in 2003 in Wellington. Was it 2000? Yeah, 2003. So firstly, your memories and how special it was when you look back on beating New Zealand, and what you made of yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I will just take over for Joe, right?
Our knowledge is made.
Because I don't know how it felt to be there, but I know how it felt to watch it. because much like Princess Diana dying, it's one of those moments where you knew exactly where you were. I was about to serve breakfast in a hotel to 40 people, and I remember because it was such an impressive moment. And the moment that I remember was when England took them for a massive walk from Mall. I think it was from the halfway to the 10-meter or the 22. And I've never seen a New Zealand side manhandled in that way.
Yeah, well, they got a scrum against the head yesterday, which was amazing. Something you don't see very often in rugby, full stop. And that was just one of the areas that England really stepped up. I'm not getting ahead of myself because this New Zealand team are rebuilding, but that was a statement win, wasn't it?
A statement win, again, the point I'd make is not so much statement win, the statement strategy. You've got to figure out, you've got to come out with the counter now for what England are doing, because they're the only team I can think of, and then maybe South Africa, who do a lot of going into the air, who are so dependent on that aerial game. And it looked brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, the aerial game is a big part of it. No doubt whatsoever. But also the bench, I think, is probably one of the features of the weekend. We saw it today in the Scotland-Argentina game, the impact of the bench. We've seen it for South Africa over a number of years now. But England finishing the game with stronger players on the pitch is a feature. I wonder how long it's going to be before clubs at lower levels start adopting that strategy.
Well, so often teams at lower levels, for reasons only known to them, will emulate the pros without having any idea why they're doing it.
So let's have a quick talk about Ireland, Australia before we get back to the game in the second half. Thank you again for watching. Give a little thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your mates that this is on. Live rugby for free on a Sunday night. What else would you be doing? Antiques Roadshow, all this. And Ireland got themselves when you look at the score, it just looks like an absolute beatdown. But again, I guess another feature has been the points scored in the final quarters of games, and Ireland just took it away from Australia in the end, who look gassed, to be perfectly honest.
They're done, aren't they? I mean, they started with Angus Bell, who's a cracking player, but so often he's made real big impacts towards the end of games. And you were literally just saying to him, the impact of the bench towards the end of the game, Australia are running on empty. And it just doesn't surprise me. Up to 60 minutes, this is a real good contest. And then after that, the dam broke. And that's why you get 46-19. They just don't have the strength and depth for campaigns this long. I think when they go into a World Cup and they're fully fit and firing, they're going to be a good side.
When you look at those stats, the inverse, it was Australia carried more for fewer, for fewer territory and all the rest of it they got out of it. But Ireland were just much more efficient. And Sam Prendergast photograph there. There's a lot made about Prendergast or Crowley, as England have shown and as South Africa has shown. It's quite good to have several different options.
Yeah, he's very slick, Prendergast. But back to your carries. I mean, we know why this is. If you watch Australia, they're very much a building blocks team. You got to go from A to B to C, and that's how they play. The Joe Smith way of playing is very formulaic. So they will carry hard and into traffic and get nowhere until they get somewhere. You saw it in the first test against the Lions, and when they have their big boys like Skelton and they get over the gain line, that's when they go from A to B and then B to C. But for the Australians, they have to build in a certain way, and when they don't have those guys to get over the gain line, it all falls to pieces, and that's exactly what happened.
Should we get back and see what's going on in the stadium? And I'll just get the general thoughts of Joe Worsley. If you can hear me, I can see you on the train there between Barcelona and Perpignan.
Yeah, it's just there might be another tunnel anytime soon, so let's make the most of this pause.
Tell you what, we're really getting a great feel for the civil engineering of the Barcelona, southern France region.
Just talk to us, Joe. Just talk, while we've got you, talk to us about the weekend as we just watched Van just getting together in their team huddle. No, he's gone. in that tunnel again.
I was in a massive tunnel again.
Go on, Joe.
Yeah, guys, you talk about this half term.
The floor is yours. Just tell us about the weekend, your day at Twickenham, watching your boys. Every time he goes to speak about England, it's... Yeah, try killing your video, Joe. See if that makes your bandwidth mean we can actually hear you.
Tricep dips there from Grenoble. That'll make you look good. That'll make you look good in your shirt.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Joe, you just chip in whenever you can, mate. I'm going to carry on. Let's have a look what they got on the... Is that a cup of tea?
Are they playing in the Northwest?
Yeah, but it is Northwest France.
And by the way, I appreciate carpet in changing rooms. That must feel very nice under your studs.
It's a good point, that. I bet the cleaners don't appreciate it.
You know when you see Australia and they're doing their team talks and they've got like basically this massive industrial warehouse looking thing. It's horrible. It's all cold and empty and they're sitting on school chairs. Well, this is the opposite. This is like what is that? Like a conferencing facility in a, B-grade hotel? I love it.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite tricky to do the respectful thing and sweep the changing rooms afterwards if you.
You're Henry
get
Hoover.
A broom on that carpet, can you?
Yeah, that sort of industrial style carpet deserves a Henry. It's not like having a team talk in a Holiday Inn.
Grenoble know they need to come out and fire at the start of this second half. They're 14 points down on the scoreboard. They're in 9th position in Pro D2 at the moment. They've won 1 out of their 5 away games. They are underperforming. There's been some drama off the field with their coach being changed. He was a little bit controversial. They've made those changes. Much happier camp in Van. They will, if the result stays as it is, they will go back to the top of Pro D2 and they look the most complete team. And the most likely of being able to mix it in the top 14. Mako Vunipola, he really does need to get slightly smaller shorts, in my humble opinion.
Hey, it works for him. He's playing well. Leave his shorts alone.
Here they come. Dave Cherry, Ben Stevenson, Mako Vunipola there. Michael Ruru's had an influential first half and the coach happy at the moment. Rugby Club Van at the Rennes Stadium in front of 30,000 fans. The players are doing the job so far. 40 minutes to go.
Who is the coach for Lanston?
I just said the coach, I couldn't remember his name off at that moment. Cheers for dropping me in it, Jay. Appreciate that, mate.
Sorry. He's got a familiar look about him. Is he French? He looks Argentine.
He's French.
Yes, he does.
He does look like Fernandez Lobbe. He does. Little word in our ear. Mate, I have exactly the same thought. Bang on.
Yeah.
As we get underway in the second half, Grenoble. To Joe Edwards, the skipper.
Hard run.
Yeah, and Johannes Jonker, the tight head prop, was there to put a shot in. He's got a Georgian international waiting to relieve him of duties.
So I'm going to be very interested to see what Grenoble are going to do now to put this right. Because they're going to have to come up with something, aren't they? They're going to need some extended possession. And it's got to start here at this line.
Well, they've got territory. You can see the lot in corporate haven't come back to their seats just yet. They will be shortly. What will they be seeing when they've finished the prawn sandwiches? In fact, I bet the prawn sandwiches are really good in Northwest France.
They're going to be langoustine sandwiches.
Yeah. It's Megdude. Fighting.
No.
Quiyu gets things going again. Still just around that 22. Van have been defending that like it's their try line.
Van incredibly compact in defence.
Yeah, their spacings are tight, aren't they? They just have all their men on their feet. And when they're not, it's because they're properly having a go at the breakdown. Comes back cleanly. As JB just said, they've got to start strong in this second half. You feel like Grenoble have to score next. Round the corner again. Oh, just flirting with the touchline. Stays in field.
There's no imperative from the defending team to roll out the line. Deal with it, boys. I like it. And straight off the feet. Again.
Megdude juggles. Dave Cherry snags him.
Dave Cherry lying on the wrong side.
Yeah, there is definitely a bit of that. Well, there's penalty advantage for something. There's a man down on the floor as well.
I mean, I love this. It's consistent. We know what we're dealing with. you fall on the wrong side, that's fine. The next two guys are going to smash you, but then they're going to come off their feet. And we will repeat that exercise over and over again. This could be a substantial change here. Joe Edwards has played phenomenally well, clearly a very influential, important leader.
Just having a look at what happened there. Ooh, that was Joe Edwards.
Crikey.
Oh.
I don't want to see that again.
I think they're going to show it to us again.
Oh. No, I don't want to see that. I'm not looking at that. I have no...
They're a little less squeamish than you or me on the other side of the channel, evidently. Oh, he's more like me. Doesn't want to look at that.
No. No.
And it is the skipper, Joe Edwards.
Oh, dear. I mean, that's a big loss in the context of this game. Yeah. It's going to be a tricky one. But a nice bright start by Grenoble.
Now I'm going to test you, JB. Who's that coming on?
So, that is Calamafoni, is it not?
Yeah, well played. Sione Calamafoni, former clubs.
Great question. Gloucester, Leicester, Scarlets, and one other. I'll just Gloucester. There's another one that played.
Yeah, not a tier 2 club. He played for a tier 2 club as well.
Championship.
Yeah.
He played in the Championship.
He played there before he made his debut for Leicester. In fact, he played there first. Nottingham. He was part of the Nottingham team that almost got promotion. I'm only such a nerd about that particular era of Nottingham, so my brother was playing in the same team.
And it was genuinely a great team. It was genuinely a great team. If you look at the players that went through there, even the guys who you don't really remember, like Sam Harrison, who got many, many caps.
Alex Lewington.
Yes, Alex Lewington's a phenomenal player.
Ed Slater.
Yep, Ed Slater. Ben Youngs. It was Tom Youngs or
Tom
Ben
Youngs. Tom Youngs was the hooker there. It's when he changed
No, he wasn't.
Hooker.
No, he wasn't. What was he? Or was he?
No. Leicester sent him to Nottingham
to become a hooker.
In that Sione Calamafoni team to learn how to play hooker.
Because he was a 12.
And a few years later, he was a British and Irish Lion. Joe Worsley is on the train. Are you back, Joe? Turn your microphone on, Joe. Let's see if we can actually hear you. You're on mute, Joe. Joe Worsley on the train between Barcelona and Perpignan. You're on mute now. You've frozen.
The hardest he's trained. This is the hardest that he's trained in years.
Hello, Joe.
Hello. Can you hear me from the ongoing experimental trains at Barcelona? What's happened there does not look good.
Yeah, Joe Edwards.
Joe Edwards had a rather nasty incident at FRUK.
Looks like could be ACL, MCL, something CL, and not very good. Joe Worsley's frozen on the train again. Hey, look, you know what? It's a broadcasting first. Who else has commentated on a rugby match from a moving train? It's the first. It might be the last time it happens, but at least we now know whether it works or not.
Man said it couldn't be done. They said it couldn't be done, and they were right.
And there was good reasons for saying it.
And we could listen to...
Especially when you pick...
We could listen to 30,000 fans, or we could listen to a baby crying in the background just near Joe Worsley. Do you know what? This looks really quite bad, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I mean, luckily, France has a functioning healthcare system, so we'll be okay.
He's a talisman for this club. He's their captain. He's a try scorer tonight. I'm glad they're showing us other replays. It's getting a big ovation, as you can hear, as the physios go off.
Yeah,
Hands
he
on
knows
head,
he's gonna
you
get a
get the
bottle of,
feeling he knows that's not a pretty one.
It isn't.
His 6th season at the club, they love him here. A job to do for his teammates. Brandon Nansen already on because of an injury earlier to Thomas Ployer. It's the second injury. Oh, sorry. No, it'll be Callum Mahoney that's on. Like I say, we've already had one injury on the other side. Grenoble on the attack. Has it been tied up by Van? They've got it on their side.
Oh.
Callum Mahoney with the first touch. Counter ruck. It's an absolute free-for-all.
It is, isn't it?
Like you say, at least it's consistently loose, but away we go. Grenoble get
Great
another chance.
attacking ball for Grenoble now. I mean, I think in the context of this game, this is going to be essential. They need to come away with some points, basically immediately, if they want to make this meaningful in any way.
God, look at it. Oh, it's almost Grenoble's counter-ruck was almost too good. It went too far past the ball. Oh, that's an untidy set at the maul.
It is untidy.
Callum Mahoney and Vunipola have got in the middle of that.
No, Vunipola's got to be careful. And that's a penalty. You can't do that. You cannot do that.
Penalty's the other way.
I expected, though.
There was a change of bind.
What that is.
There was a change of bind, but obviously obstruction before it.
Was that not Yonka? It was Madeira who changed his bind. I thought that was a nailed-on penalty, didn't it?
Let's have a look.
It's a nice line-up design. It comes over the top rather than underneath.
Oh, it's because he passed it back. It was a.
But you're allowed to pass it back.
That's
what you should be doing.
The ref's saying it's splintered off. I don't know.
Well, maybe the fact that changed his bind, comes from the 6 and then comes and attaches slightly to the side of the maul, potentially.
I'm scratching my head at that particular one, but away we go. Van, go to the skies.
Gets in the air.
Oh, the counter ruck is on again. Look at the number of bodies in every single breakdown. It's come back on Van's side for another penalty.
Well, who knows? Who knows? That might be a penalty. Penalty Grenoble. I couldn't tell you.
Magic 8 ball at ruck time.
Yeah, whichever of the 6 offences that he called, I'm sure it was there.
Every now and again, just on my screen, Joe Worsley pops up on his train, but I don't know if he's there or not. Joe, if you're there, you've got open license to chip in, mate, but otherwise, just enjoy your train to Perpignan. And we'll get all the inside track on Joe's new gig, defence coach at Perpignan, as the top 14 takes a break. That's why there is this game Sunday night here on Pro D2. This is the prime time slot for top 14, which in itself I always find interesting, because in the UK you could never sell 9 p.m. on a Sunday.
So it looks like...
Oh, Michael Ruru's away. He's a powerful scrum half. He's looking for the offload. He's been taken into touch, but a 60-metre territorial gain. Grenoble are away.
Play the ball. Play the ball. Have a crack now.
It's not just the breakdowns that are getting loose. Quiyu lifts to Barret.
Oh.
Knock on the deck. Scrum down. Joe Worsley. What's going on?
I know, I'm just scared of another tunnel coming, guys. So I need you to tell me what's happened in the last 5 minutes.
I'll tell you what, mate. Do you know what? Honestly, just sit on your train. Go and watch, and get yourself a glass of Vin Rouge.
Oh, a little bit of afters there.
Lovely shot.
And that is...
That was Megdude and Ruru. Beautiful moment.
Wasn't it? A real coming together. Coach, we don't know with the full head of hair.
He's got a good mop on him, hasn't he? Ruru had that break only a moment ago. And this is what the power is where Van have got an advantage. Scrum penalty is coming if they can't use it.
It's hard to describe, but when you see Grenoble packing down there, they're a little bit high. And it sounds silly to say, but they look tentative before they engage. They look like they're accepting the hit rather than aggressively going after Van. And it shows actually with the end result.
They almost had it. Well, they do have a bit of a hooker crisis at Van, actually. Dave Cherry is not 100% fit coming into this one. And the second and third choice are both injured. So the hooker on the bench is a youngster who'll be making his senior rugby debut. He's never played a senior rugby match in his life.
Get him on. Let him make his name.
So we'll see if we see him at all in this game. Dave Cherry, I think he's only played maybe maximum 50 minutes in any game so far this season for Van. Another pizza thrown, over the top it goes.
And, it's hard to know if that is the call which went wrong or if that's the throw that went wrong. Actually, I think if we watch it again, we'll see this going horribly wayward. Get the kid on.
There's his opposite number who, well, as Joe Worsley said earlier on, this is the guy that quite often his darts are a little bit suspect. But he's been spot on this evening. Oof.
Big carrier. Probably try and create the angle for the exit.
Yeah, if you watch the World Under-20s Championships, you would have noticed Mathis Barret in the 3 games for France at number 8. He scored 4 tries. This is his breakout season in French club rugby at senior level. Only just turned 20.
That's a good hit by Grenoble.
Yeah, the gain line is a war zone.
Two negative points.
Yeah, they've had a couple of goes, then go for a kick.
Well, that's the old Dave Rennie tactic. Which is don't make ground in the first 2 carries, kick it away.
Did that go backwards? Yes, referee says it did, so they've regathered the ball on the edge of the 22. Van have had to absorb a lot of pressure in the second half. Now they have a chance. Nudge goes through. Hugo Triou's after it. Boutier. He's got a huge boot on him.
Any relation?
2.
Boutier, the other one.
That's a good question. We do have brothers on this pitch today, Boudahon and Quiyu. I don't know about Boutier.
His brother's not Boudon from La Rochelle?
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Pierre, the centre for Van, brother of Paul.
Who's an absolute monster.
Yeah. Pierre joined from La Rochelle a couple of seasons ago. Barnaby Quiyu plays the same position as his brother. He's getting Grenoble moving, asking the referee for a penalty. Doesn't come. They go down the blind side. Oh, dropped by Barret, trying to give an offload.
So I think we've just seen how both teams are put together there. That series of carries from Van, where they got pinned back, they had a plan for it. They were pinned back, they box kicked, and they produced more pressure and then more pressure again. They know exactly what they're doing. Grenoble, they just don't seem to have the same sort of direction. They've got great players, the players are talented enough, but the direction as a team just isn't there.
Here come La Bombe squad for Grenoble. Lilian Rossi, Sasha Mistruli and Georgie Pataya. Is it a Pro D2 team if you don't have a Georgian tight head prop in it?
Georgie Pataya is a magnificently shaped man.
He's a unit. And there come the starters. Just one thing that I thought was interesting, Jay, and as you haven't watched too much Pro D2, you might not have noticed, but the fact that the head coaches stand touchline like football managers in France.
So they do. And, of course, in the Premiership, they would never do something so uncouth. They'd be with their headsets behind a laptop, playing solitaire but pretending to do work.
Joe Worsley says it's like you kind of have to be visible as the main man, as the alpha.
Is that right?
Kind of culturally, sort of you have to project that you are the main man. So it
Why
would
is
not.
Steve Diamond not in Pro D2 or top 14?
Yeah, perception-wise, apparently it just doesn't go down as well if you're up in the stands.
No, I mean, I can see. I think I can see that. I mean, I'm not sure what value it brings, but why not?
It's a key moment this for Grenoble. They've had territory and not been able to use it. They've got a full width of the pitch. Can they get the scrum back solidly, though? Of course, in Pro D2, you have to put the ball incredibly straight, so you don't get away with just chucking it straight to the number 8.
There.
Yeah, set piece work this time. Oh, nudged through out of the breakdown.
Let's see, isn't it? The winger going back on himself.
Yeah, Megdu running down a blind alley. Beret as well.
Shades of Johnny May.
Oh, hard line. Off shoulder ball from Boudehon. Now the replacements.
And again, Mako Vunipola lying on the wrong side, having his hands around. No problem.
It's a battle. 13 minutes into the second half. No more points scored.
And then just kick it back. Make Grenoble play at you. Makes a lot of sense.
One in the chat, actually, Shaz says, I thought Nick Shonett had signed for Van. Is he injured or not being selected? He is injured. Oh, knock on from Grenoble just as they're attacking. Do they have penalty advantage to come back for?
Don't know if he's injured or not, but Nick Shonett's got a tremendous donut outlet just outside of Worcester. Interesting.
Is that right?
This is superb. Absolutely superb.
Great knowledge. What's the name of the donut shop? Do you know?
I want to say it's Cobb something. Like Killer Cobbs or something like that, but I will definitely find out. And it is superb. Right next to a CrossFit gym. So you can do your CrossFit gym and eat double the calories and donuts straight afterwards.
If you know the name of Nick Shonett's donut shop in Worcester, a sentence I never thought I'd say, let us know in the chat. Oh, that's a good point, actually. Bob Squaddle on the chat says Alex Sanderson at Sale always patrols the touchline. He does, actually. Maybe his next job will be in France.
Hopefully. Yes, that would be nice.
Big moment for Grenoble, this. The new hooker, Lillian Rossi, is on.
Oh,
does not find his man.
You know, it's so difficult to go to the front. I don't know why teams persist with it.
Van were quickest in the air. And that left boot of Rurus has been dependable. Gets him just to the outside of the 22.
You're just waiting for Grenoble to do something now, because that front row has come on for the first time in the game. Their scrum looks competitive. And then as soon as they get the opportunity in the line out, there you go. Gambling at the front. If people think the front ball is so straightforward, and it's not, you've got to be super precise. You've got to be up and down quickly. It's not an easy ball.
That was a really, really important line out.
Yeah. Really?
We've got some information on the Nick Shonett donut shop. I will come to that in a moment as we watch play go. Julien Herateau for Grenoble. Through the phases, inside ball from Beret. Ball spills forward again. And it's echoes of last week. I was so impressed with the way Grenoble started the game. Flowing attacking move. Last week, it was their handling just went to pot. And we're seeing this in the second half now.
Lovely ball over the top, by the way.
Yeah, go to the front. That didn't work. Get it over the back. The 2 12s head to head. There we go. Oh. The skipper He'll be disappointed. He knows how important that was, you can see. Apparently Nick Shonnett has a donut shop in Cheltenham, possibly as well as the one in Worcester, JB.
So less of a donut shop owner, but more of a donut tycoon.
And they're called Guilt Trip Donuts.
That's the one.
Thank you, Murray McCallum. Appreciate your work.
Murray McCallum? Is that not a rugby player?
There is someone with a name like that.
Yeah, he played for Worcester and also played for he might play for Edinburgh or something. Oh, I see who he plays for, Newcastle.
Murray McCallum in the chat. Are you the rugby player Murray McCallum?
Is it Murray McCallum before we make? Oh, we've embarrassed ourselves enough this evening.
Worcester, Gloucester, and Cheltenham and Broadway. So yeah, a donut magnate, Nick Shonnett.
Yes. And you look at his build. He definitely attracts your donut. Important scrum here.
Little grin on Jeremy Davidson's face. Oh, that's more like it from Grenoble. Their replacements have made an impact. Much better. Sione Calamafoni has to break off the base. Michael Ruru. Deep. Straight out.
Oh, I do think there's another act of this play to be written, and Grenoble just need to take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, 14 points. Whoever scores next. If it's Van, you think it's good night.
Yeah. Well, there has to be a bit of team belief by Grenoble. Edwards going off is massive. The front row turning on the set piece is good. And what we saw in the first half is every little individual battle Van were winning. Well, that seems to have slowed down a bit. Grenoble need a little bit of belief.
I've got it is Murray McCallum.
Is it?
The Newcastle player, yes. Correct.
And he's also a massive Pro D fan.
Well, he says he's watching his mates Dave Cherry and Ben Stevenson.
Oh, well, hang on a minute. Maybe it is then, because he plays at Newcastle.
No, he said he said it is. He said
it is him.
Yeah.
Oh,
great to have you on board, Murray. Thank you.
Hang on, let's give me the credit for recognising the name.
Yeah, fair enough, Jay. I'll give you that, mate.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Penalty. They've got to go to the corner. Big moment this. The Mexican waves have started. At Rojan Park, a reminder, this game is being played 100 kilometres up the road from Van at the Rennes football stadium. A 30,000 sellout. It's a Pro D2 record. And you can look at that.
If they can stop Mexican waving, I can see the line out. There's obviously going to be a drive here.
To the front.
Wide.
Get on the drive early. Mako Vunipola looked all sorts of illegal there.
It's still very illegal.
It's a try.
Yes,
scored.
boys, there you go.
Splintered
and where was
the line straight away. Bust through. Quick to set.
And also not an impressive display of defence by Van there. All working as individuals. Mako Vunipola probably highlighted that by just coming around the side. There you go. No discipline whatsoever. Here you go. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And right now, Van just got punched in the face.
Well, this is a big conversion.
He's a very happy young man, as he should be.
It's the youngster Max Clement. Oh, still 2 scores behind. 20 minutes to go. 20 points to 11. But we've seen Grenoble starting to get an edge in the scrum, and we've seen their maul start to work. The replacements that just came on a few moments ago seem to have made a difference.
Of this half has been very stop-start, and Grenoble have not made the most of the chances that they've had, but they keep having these opportunities.
Hanging restart. Tap back, and Van comes straight back. The restarts, Grenoble haven't been able to take care of business after they've scored, and they've let Van straight into their 22. Playing with a little bit more speed now, Dave Cherry. Leg driving contact. Wins the gain line. Back down the blind side, there's space. Steve Blank Mapaz. Ruru spills it, but it goes backwards. Slows down again, across Dave Cherry to Mako Vunipola. The direct route from the forwards. Are they sucking in enough defenders to take the ball to the edge? Not this time.
A penalty will be a good result here, though. They just need to be patient, hold on to the ball, draw an error.
There is space on the right-hand side, but it has all got very tight and condensed. Vunipola must have some good carry stats today. Dave Cherry squeezing an extra yard. It comes back. Lafarge avoids the big shot. Beret making the breakdown ball untidy. Ruru tied in.
On the wrong side. No penalty. Oh, there we go.
Penalty advantage, and all that space over to the right. The backs are stacked up behind the forward pod. It comes to the left. Big shot from Julien Farnou.
Take the 3. I think that's a job well done there by Van. They didn't panic. They just went through phase after phase. They drew the penalty.
I'm going to disagree with you about going for the 3, mate, because they're 9 points ahead. So that puts them 12 points ahead, which is still 2-try game.
Score. You think they'll go to the corner?
Yeah.
I'd always say, yeah.
It is right in front of the post, though, so we'll see. I think they might try and press their advantage here. Because don't forget, there is also the potential try bonus, which in France, they've gone for the post. You are right.
So, another element which I was just thinking of is look at these breakdowns and how scruffy they are. Now, we've mentioned this on the main on our podcast quite a few times. France does not have a jackal 7. But how can you possibly learn to jackal with these breakdowns? Because they're wild. You need a tidy breakdown in order to jackal.
Interesting point. Francois Cross is pretty good at it, and Julien Marchand as well. But I do take your point generally. The jackal 7, not a...
Because we've not seen a single jackal today.
Cheering before it's over.
Why do they do that?
I've no idea. Maxime Lafarge. I think it might have something we've chatted about before, that absolute silence is actually more nerve-wracking than noise. Maybe they're trying to help their kicker out.
The mixture of silence and noise. I don't know.
I don't know what the attendances are like in the English second tier at the moment. Maybe Worcester
like
probably
this, Tim.
about 5,000, something like that, probably.
Well, do you know, it depends, isn't it? If you get Worcester, it could well be 5,000 plus.
Nice work done for Mako Vunipola. He looks like that after 1 minute or 80 minutes.
He does. Everyone flapping away at the ball there.
Oh, he's given advantage over. Interesting. Being as the scrum was only on the edge of the 22. Ben Stevenson breaks out from his own 22. We haven't seen a lot of Ben Stevenson this evening. It's been a forwards game, really. Game hasn't sparked into life from a backs attacking point of view, largely because there's a lot of that going on. Julien Farnou knocked it backwards, however, and manages to exit. $6,000 at Worcester yesterday, says Shaz W. That's good to see, isn't it? That's really good. Lowest attendance was at Richmond, 750 people.
I can't imagine hot.
So average is around about 1,500, 2,000, I'm hearing.
I can't imagine Hartbury taking a large travelling contingent to Richmond.
I think it's a fair assessment. I wanted to get Well, I think the weather didn't help as well. I wanted to get down to Richmond on Friday night ahead of the England game, but couldn't get down till Saturday morning. Here we are then in this game with 15 minutes to go. Van are 12 points to the good. Are they thinking about a bonus point, I wonder? You have to be 3 tries ahead of your opponents to get the 5th point.
Van are really going back to the patterns of play that we saw in the first half. When they do move it wide, it's usually to kick, which I quite like. You just build that pressure.
Qui c'est qui me dit ça? Ok. Ouais, y a pas de touche rapide, c'est 50-22.
I'm sure the compensation is competitive, but you can see on days like this, with this crowds like this in French second-tier rugby, you can see why people want to come and experience it before they wind up their career.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was in Bordeaux a few weeks ago, and the atmosphere was electric. Absolutely electric.
Le ball est rentré, le ball est sorti des 50, elle est rentrée, touche blanche.
A trip to Van for a game is 100% on the list.
Nice, again, a nice steady maul. Utilitarian, gets exactly the job that they want done.
If I didn't know better, I'd think you were trying to win a bet, getting words like utilitarian into the commentary.
Absolutely.
Another stolen line out. That's 2 for Lillian Rossi since he's been on the field. Dave Cherry brushing up on his French there, shouting no 9 in his Edinburgh accent from the back of that maul. He is still on the field, so yeah, the youngster Thomas Sartu, who will be making his very first ever senior appearance, who's about the 5th choice hooker for Van, has not come onto the field just yet, so a shift in from Dave Cherry, who's competing again for another breakdown.
I tell you what, there is no way to turn the ball over in French rugby is that other than wait for the knock on or the mistake from the attacking side.
À l'avant bleu, 11 bleu, mais les blanches.
I think that was good D, wasn't it?
It was great D. Superb getting up in the air. Again, the amount of dummies that they tried to sell in that lineup, the more dummies you produce, the easier it is to predict. So by your 3rd one, you're pretty much guaranteed to go up. And Van read it really well.
So our usual slot, if you're just finding this, 'cause it's a Sunday evening, usual slot is on a Thursday night. We usually get the weekend going with the rugby here on FRUK. Finishing the weekend's rugby tonight. Ooh, a bit more pressure from the Van scrum. Grenoble goes straight across the front. McDood with space. He's got wheels as well. Ben McGall back. Gets his man, but not before he's made it to the 22. Can they? Not really flooding through quick enough. Van got in position defensively really well. Good scramble, and now they can put the pressure on. Oh, I was really impressed, Jay, with how well they got their defensive line set, having been broken.
Yeah, it's a great point, actually.
Massive work rate from Van. Flying out the line on this one, has left the slight edge. Again, solid defence. Dave Cherry taking his man into touch. Victor Guillemond.
Dave Cherry emptying the tank before his substitution.
Well, ever since you mentioned it earlier, Dave Cherry's been at the forefront of like wrestling at every breakdown. His lungs must be busted. That Grenoble kit always fools me because the number 7 looks like a number 1. I always think it's a really athletic looking loose head.
All loose heads are athletic.
And especially athletic looking loose head.
Great job of chasing back there.
Off the top, Sione Kalamafoni. 37 years of age now, Kalamafoni. Still loves a big carry. That's going straight out on the full.
There are so many opportunities for Grenoble to get back into this, and they just need to take a few more.
They've got to win a line-out first. What would you do now then? If you were out there line-out calling, what would your thought be?
At this point, I'd probably go for something like 6+1. Dummy the drive to keep the forwards in, and then pass it out through the 9.
With the way the line-out's been going, I'd just throw it to the front man and let him get it straight to the scrum.
Never throw to the front man. Never throw to the front man.
I don't mean the front jumper. I mean just the front man.
With the front man,
With
yeah,
no
do
jump.
that. Do that. You can only do it once, though. And a free kick. So there you go. Were they closing the line? What happened there?
Yeah.
See, that's just silly, isn't it? I mean, there's no reason to do that.
Grenoble, it's just a reminder of how the last few seasons have gone. Grenoble have got themselves to the access match, so the game against the 13th place in the top 14, 3 years in a row, and 3 years in a row have lost that match. Last year they finished top after the regular season. They currently sit 9th in the table.
I mean,
and this is going to be a
sick, shocking.
Yeah.
It's such a shocking series of plays there. An unforced error by, it looks like just a mental error at the line out. Then they give away a penalty, and then before you know it, they're back under severe pressure. And Van have been they've been good. They've done exactly what they need to. They haven't looked special. Grenoble.
No, I'd say they've been workmanlike would be a word I'd use to describe Van. They can get a lot better. They will get a lot better, but they're tough.
They need to be. They just need to win this, and that's exactly what they're doing. And you've got to appreciate that.
Brandon Nansen went straight through the middle there. Former Northampton Saint. I do like watching Pro D2 because every now and again there's a few players you go, oh, that's where they've gone. That's where they went.
Absolutely.
Ruru. Again, the direct route from Van. Round the corner. Tackle off the ball. No, ref's letting that go as well. Oh no, penalty advantage. Free ball. Will that free up the way that Van play? Lift after contact. A little bit more of that. An offload. Ruru, he's scored loads of tries this season, and there's another.
There we go. That is the game. That is it.
That is his 6th try in his 8th start. Oh, good to see Joe Edwards on the bench as well. Man who went off earlier with what looked like a really bad injury. He had a smile on his face at that one, and the Van fans are very much enjoying that, and that sets up in the final 7 minutes the potential for a bonus point try.
Yeah, Grenoble can be very disappointed by the performance, I think.
Oh, fend from 1-9 on the other, and Eric Escon not happy with that. Kicks the floor.
From my limited knowledge of Pro D2 and French rugby, it's so confrontational. I mean, that's one thing which you know, it's so confrontational. So why would you not work on your set piece and something perfect? I mean, the one thing any team can do is it can hang their hat on having a good lineup. You've got to win your lineup ball. So many errors.
Good fend. He's a unit of a 9.
He's a big boy, isn't he? And who was that gentleman celebrating there, Tim?
The owner of Van.
He looks like a man that pays the bills.
C-Knock on the chat. Just talking about what went to Claremont, Edinburgh last year, an amazing atmosphere. We get emails and messages all the time from people who are inspired to go away for weekends in France. You were in Bordeaux the other weekend, weren't you, Jay?
I was.
That's going to be a penalty offside. Penalty advantage. Van now are hunting a bonus point.
Knock on blue, is that?
Knock on, and then Brandon Nansen picked it up, so advantage offside.
Into the corner. My prediction for this is I'll go front jumper and it'll be competed and come down on the Van side.
Yeah, I was just going to make the suggestion after that comment in the chat. Have a look at where there are Pro D2 clubs close to top 14 clubs.
Oh, good.
Because you could get a Thursday or a Friday night, followed by a Saturday or a Sunday. Make a proper weekend of it. Bayonne and Biarritz is probably the best located for that, and lovely part of the world as well.
Ah, si vous me parlez. Non, mais si vous êtes relayeur, alors vous venez à 2 mètres.
Any ideas, Tim? What is that call?
That was take the line out again, boys.
On y va, Blanc.
We're all furiously whispering.
That's good to see. Crowd appreciated that. Joe Edwards with a smile on his face. Hopefully the injury to him not as bad as he first thought. As
There we go.
again from a maul. And it's Josh Thompson. His first start in the second row. He was a back row last week, the 24-year-old Fijian. Signed from Western Force. Yeah, a little too easy if you're Van. Timed that well.
Oh.
And the winger was a little bit too sat back a bit. Enzo Ben Magal. Conversion over. So, Van, it looks like, well, that Van have lost the opportunity to go for a bonus point. You have to get 3 tries more than your opponents. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. However,
Yeah. Oh, Van, yes, of course.
Grenoble have the opportunity to get a losing bonus point if they can finish within 5.
Grenoble would play a team in transition.
Well, they might as well have a crack.
Yeah.
But very little to lose at this point. And as I keep saying, last year they were so good in attack. They're missing, I think, 2 of their main playmakers, however. Roman Triou and Sam Davies. And they take the territory first.
Yeah, how do you reflect on this game, Tim?
Well, an amazing occasion first is, I think, what the way I'd reflect on it. 30,000 people. This is a little bit of Pro D2 history. The most people that have watched a Tier 2 French rugby game ever, and I think that would have to go for Tier 2 rugby anywhere, wouldn't it?
Hey, Tim, have you set a record yet? FL UK must have set a record for the most watched Pro D2 game by a UK audience.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Week by week.
Oh, a little bit of cheek on show there. Lovely. Sione Kalamafoni. Or was it Brandon Nansen? One of them. Oh, bobbled and caught. Mathis Barret stolen that. There's a chance to break. And that is how I would reflect on the game. Unless Grenoble managed to make something out of nothing here. Nothing to lose. Bonus point to gain. Megdu desperately trying to get his knee to the floor. He does.
And nothing happened.
Will he go out the back on this occasion? Yes. To the edge. Not this time. Knock on again.
Knock on.
Avantage terminé sur un avant.
Oh, goodness me.
Il rentre dans les 22.
Wild.
Il rentre dans les 22.
That is the story of Grenoble's attacking season. Oh my word. This is... Oh, dearie
Good
me.
Lord.
Emotional damage.
On va prendre le temps.
Oh, no, let's see that.
To answer your question, Jay, that's how I reflect on this game from Grenoble's point of view. They
This is
just
like
they just cannot click. It was the same last week. And it's been the same without Sam Davies.
It's like watching a backfield full of Blair Murrays. Chaos. Blair Murray's listening and watching this. I don't mean that.
Oh, look, it's the youngster. He's come on for a minute. His first ever line out in senior rugby.
On. Absolutely smash this line out.
He could get himself a try in 1 minute of rugby. Oh, they're not going for them all.
Well, that's all straight.
That's not his fault. No, that wasn't his fault. That was numbers.
Ballon qui fait pas sa
Oh,
mètre.
that's okay. Well done, young man.
Well, Grenoble have one more chance. Can they just catch a ball to start with? Come on. I've never known a team be so affected by one player not being there.
Yeah.
They're completely different without Sam Davies.
Certainly.
That battle, Enzo Ben Magal and Meg Dude, has been a cool one.
Interesting.
The bagpipes are firing up. We're into the red. And will Grenoble just cash their chips in at this point? I think Eric Esconde is looking like he might, yeah.
He wants to go home. He had enough, hasn't he?
His teammates don't look very happy with that. Just on principle.
Yep. Good physical game. Fair play to Vans. Workmanlike. Really, really efficient, actually.
Let's just enjoy this for a second. Look at that. Ben Stevenson, that's why he's come to this club. Respect between the two teams. Bit of Depeche Mode on. That might get us copyright struck. Look, if you enjoyed this evening, thank you very much for watching. This is FRUK Rugby, and we do this every single game week of the Pro D season. It's the only place you can get free professional men's rugby in the UK and Ireland, and if you appreciate that, it's got to be worth a little subscribe, a thumbs up. But just look at that, 30,000 people, a Pro D record, crammed in on a Sunday night at what is now 10 to 11 p.m. on a Sunday in Rennes. And a win for Van that takes them back to the top of Pro D.
De Grenoble, Julien était en train de dire justement qu'il y a du mieux, que vous trouvez tous à trouver un petit peu plus vos marques
I cannot do the sort of interpreting Joe Worsley does.
Il y a du mieux dans votre groupe, dans votre équipe, et vous trouvez vos marques petit à petit.
Ouais, bah, c'était un gros défi ce soir. On est venu se tester ici dans une entre avec 30 000 personnes. C'était pas évident. Je pense qu'on a montré un plutôt un bon visage défensivement. Après, il y a trop d'indiscipline pour espérer quelque chose.
The boys done good. Gave 110%.
On est dans le mal, donc
we take it game at a time.
Je vais chercher un bonus à la fin. J'ai un peu d'incompréhension, on tape en touche. On va retenir l'état
At the end of the
d'esprit.
day.
C'est bien déjà.
All credit to the crowd
Mieux
there.
en mieux cet état d'esprit.
Ouais, bah, écoute, ça suffit pas. Ça
Oh, he's
suffit
taking
pas,
his
mais
learnings.
on était venu se tester ici sur un match à l'extérieur.
Yeah. You win or you learn.
Après, il reste à bosser quand même. On va partir en vacances et on va regarder ce qui n'a pas fonctionné et puis on va se remettre au boulot pour la suite.
Merci beaucoup Julien et bonnes vacances.
Yeah, we'll try and get better next week. Good. That was the thoughts of the losing team. I'll let you take this one, JB. Your thoughts on Pro D then, mate. I've been doing this all week this season. Thank you for joining me. But in fact, I'll get to your thoughts in a minute. You do this, the winning side, go on.
Alors, ça fait quoi?
Ça fait quoi? Un peu soulagé parce qu'on a subi quand même beaucoup. Ils nous ont mis en difficulté, on n'a pas réussi à sortir de notre camp, on a joué un peu trop aussi. Sur la zone du milieu de terrain et eux ils l'ont bien contré aujourd'hui, ils l'ont bien contré, donc c'était dur, on a tenu bon, mais il y a beaucoup de travail encore.
Et sur l'ambiance, sur ces 30 000 spectateurs qui étaient vraiment au soutien derrière.
Asking about the stadium and the whole event.
Il y avait tous les gens à l'extérieur du stade qui nous ont fait la d'honneur, c'était comme des phases finales, les Bretons savaient qu'ils allaient répondre présent. Nous on a su gagner le match, c'était pas très beau aujourd'hui, mais
crowd gave 110%, although I did think they started to cheer a little bit too early before the kicks.
C'est important.
Best crowd in the world,
C'est
apparently.
boulot, mais en tout cas merci aux supporters parce qu'ils nous font un boulot énorme chaque week-end, donc ça merci à eux.
Vous étiez une des stars du top 14, vous aviez l'habitude de jouer le dimanche soir.
The ambition of the top 14.
Avec Van, ça vous fait plaisir aussi de retrouver
No, they're not thinking about that right now, Tim. They're
taking it each game at a time.
Yeah, each game at a time. They've not even spoke about it as a group or collectively or as individuals.
On pourrait faire ça tout le week-end, ça serait la même chose. C'est vrai que c'est juste incroyable. C'est pour ça que je suis revenu aussi. Je savais que j'allais retrouver ça même plus qu'avant. Donc ça fait plaisir que ça continue.
And what was that? Nick shone it as a great donut shot.
Merci beaucoup, Anthony.
Yeah.
Félicitations.
Donuts for all the boys.
Yeah, your thoughts on the briefly, JB. Your thoughts on Pro D. Thank you for joining me and stepping up while Joe Worsley was on a train.
I thought it's remarkable to watch. It is refereed to a different standard. When you really watch it, superficially it looks the same, but in a lot of ways you're watching almost a different rule set. The breakdown is completely wild, but consistently wild. So you know what you're dealing with. It's a great product. It's a great product, and you can tell by the crowd it's a great product.
And there you go, 28-18, our final score tonight. So this is the games that are coming up. Brive against Colomiers. We'll see Courtney Laws again. They're in a little bit of trouble in mid-table. They lost again this weekend. They need a win. Colomiers are right up there near the top. Grenoble will be travelling to Colomiers. Will Sam Davies be back for that game on Thursday, December the 4th? And then Johnny May, will he be fit to play for Soyou-Angoulême against Agen? Our coverage on all of those Thursday nights gets underway from 10 to 8. Kickoff at 8 p.m. Oh, well, thank you very much. I thought we were done then, but we're still going. So let me just say thank you very much, JB. Appreciate it, mate.
And thank you for having me. I loved it.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Go and check out all the other cool stuff we got on the channel.